Welcome back to Rising Star 2. It's episode 24. We are on the verge of going on tour for the first time. We just finished our phase of the Battle of the Bands. We won 9 out of the 10 phase 2s. That's a lot of awards. In fact, I probably need to take a minute to go get those put up on the wall and not leave them sitting in the van, because we're going to need room in the van because we're going to be on the road for a while. With the last of those put up, let's do a quick home tour, because we're not going to see the home again in a little while. So there's our latest 5 from our tier 2. And you see we've got I love this one. That is such an awesome photograph. There's the first 6 that we claimed. There's 3 more, so that's what, 9 and 5. We've got 14 in all. And then of course in our music room, where we spend the most time, seen most of what would be up here. A couple guitars that we've ended up holding on to, mostly because I overpaid for them and wouldn't have made a profit from selling them, so I might as well hang them on the wall. Well, before we head on the tour, everything is completely repaired. I've also been to the local music shops, actually, more than one, to make this happen. And I have got a lot of spare consumable equipment from for all the band members so that they can get through the tour without running out. And then it comes down to preparation for the songs themselves, because we're going to need 12 a night, and we are going to be playing across a few different regions, so that there's a chance that things aren't going to mesh up attitude-wise, potentially, across the entirety of the regions. So we might need kind of the extent of what we have. Now, Say Hello is at a play skill of 2. Why? Because yesterday we practiced everything and we were able to apply 2 points to everything. And what we're looking at right here is actually there's a lot of songs that even after adding 2 points to it are not maxed out, because they either haven't been played in a while or because our play skill has increased, which Enrico did just level up right at the end of the last episode. So I think we are in a position where it was a play skill increase as much as anything. But yeah, after that practice, most of the songs are not maxed out right now, so we're going to practice what's left of that for today. There's 14 songs not maxed out. 13 of them will get their 2 to 3 points and should all max out, but the last one, Say Hello, is probably only going to have maybe 5 or 6 points, and it's going to put us into the first day of the tour. Oh, we're home for this one. We're at the Lonely Hope for the first show. Yeah, play skill is 5, but everything else is maxed out for now. Now, the hardest thing is Flaky, like our biggest song. Play skill is still only a 78 on that one. That is where it's maxed out because it is our hardest song to play. Got a 25 in melody. Doing my merging before we go play our show. I have a few riffs now that are 15 plus, handful of rhythms. Melody's got a fair few, and yeah, with a 25 now, that's a nice big jump there. We can make another nice, good, high quality song. However, the problem is that we're not going to be able to practice it for the next couple of weeks. We're going to get, one day off, a Sunday, where if we could get home for that day, we can do some practice and then head back on the road the next day. But that's a pretty iffy thing, and we'll have to see where we're at in between those 2 shows. I've been focusing on all the musical stuff and less on the lyrics here lately, so I've got a lot of 10s ready to combine, but none of those mergeable pieces are positive attitudes at the moment, but it's going to be in the next month before we even have any of these new songs ready to go. I do have some 6s that are a shame. I ideas that we can merge. So I think we'll start with those today. Oddly, none of them got a boost this time, but 2 of the new ones are mergeable. Now, being that we're not going to be here for a couple of weeks as we're going to go out on tour, I am not going to mow our busking park this time. I'm going to head to the cemetery. We've only ever mowed this cemetery here in town once, if that. I'm not sure if we've ever mowed this one, but I'll take the 350 over the 250 this time, because like I said, it's going to be a couple weeks anyway. So it's going to be right back to needing to be mowed again when we do return. So I might as well get paid a little extra. So as we go to open our tour, the real purpose here is experience. These provide a lot more experience than sitting at home writing music or practicing songs or going to local shows and watching other bands. We are not generating the song ideas that we need that way. Performing generates a lot of song ideas, gets a little bit of pay, but I'm not so worried about the pay. We've got 30,000 right now after that run of battle victories that we just had. So pay is in good shape. And yeah, we'll get paid for doing the tour. I didn't even check what any of the shows are going to pay us. This is so much more about getting a big chunk of XP every day to generate new song ideas to level everybody up, so that we can then afterward write a handful of new songs, get us up to a new higher level of quality, get rid of our oldest, weakest ideas, and then at that point we can, depending on how things go for the next couple weeks, we can think about whether we want to sign a record deal. Of course, we did also just hire some crew members. For now, it's just 2, a merch manager and a lighting engineer. But we'll see how beneficial it is, how much we're making on these tours. I mean, we're already spending about $400 a show to have that crew. I don't know if that's going to help us a whole lot or not. Let's get to the first show and just see how it goes. The other interesting thing is going to be, how do we do on venue capacity? I think, from what I presume the situation is, and that we're scheduled here at the Lonely Hope, I presume that we are going to be tier 2 venues pretty much throughout this run. Based on popularity, that would make sense. The Insane Qualities are playing with us. Their reputation is a 3, and then Without Helpful Servant is an opening band that was picked up by the venue to fill out the show for the night. But as the headliner, we've got to play 12 songs. The pay? $12.63. That will easily cover the $400 for the crew, and that will also cover the cut for our manager fairly easily, and we'll make a little bit of money night by night. It's not a ton. In fact, I think when you break it down, 5 band members versus 3 staff involved, that 3 staff is going to get a bigger share than what the 5 band members is going to get out of this. But like I said, this is not really about the finances at this stage. This is picking up popularity, most especially getting that experience with the new song ideas. So first test is Attitude, and of course we're at home, and as it's been throughout the month, Attitude's good to go. The only song that I will not play on this tour is Say Hello, because at Play Skill 5, it's just not ready to bring out there. And unless we're really 100%ing it, and I want to be crazy and risk tanking the performance, that song is just not gonna play well at all. So as we sort by attitude, Drown the Detail has not done the best. It's not the most well received, but it does have a good positive attitude, so we will add it into the playlist. I will get things reordered soon enough. We are going to need probably another low energy song, I would think, but quality will be... Say hello. Man, I would love to get that thing played. Invoke. I think we can definitely get that in. I'm not even sure I've played it yet. Organ Rodeo and They Burst. If we have any popularity in these, everybody is in interest. Do I want to risk not having a low energy and take everybody as an interest as our other one? You know what? I don't want to run too much risk. I think everybody is an interest as a medium energy is going to come in late. I know that we won't be maxed out at that point, so it shouldn't be a problem to play that one. But for the systems, it's going to come in a little bit earlier. I think I still want to finish the night on like an old hit of Tight. So let's say we max out. And we've got minus 90 and plus 15. So we'll be at 25. That would bring me up to 65, 35, 50, 20, 60, 30. Yeah, that would work out. If we max out, that would work out just fine. The big question is are we going to drain that much? We'll open with our first hit of Flaky. We'll close with our original hit. I don't know if you can call Tight a hit. Flaky is definitely kind of our first one that's a hit, but our first song that started to do well is Tight. We're not going to mess with this too long. Let's just give it a shot. Like I said, we're here for experience anyway. 700. Wow, we've sold out for this show. We definitely did not drain 30%. So the big question is, can we get below 50? And we did get below 50. So yeah, we'll be fine. For the show, it's being done here. 100%ed. 100%ed. Energy was not max usage, but it was enough to justify the position of everything, and we didn't like crush it. Really, one song idea each. That was it. That was it. One song idea each. Come on. Yeah, we got a long ways to go. Flaky, the only one that gained some love today. Our gig pay, $871. Okay, not bad. Crew cost $384. Manager's gig pay $392. And we made other money. Sold 127 shirts. Sold a bunch of copies. Holy cow. Yeah, nice. A lot of extra money. We are making some money too. I guess it could be about money as well. The experience was nice, 1900. Thought we were going to get more. Thought we were going to get more out of headlining a show at a 700 venue, but I guess we're too popular for that now. Are we ready to play it at larger venues than this? I didn't think that was going to be the case. So, Elliot's Poison. Not very well received. Drown the Detail, Organ Rodeo, They Burst. None of those did particularly great. Flaky and Screw the Man were actually the biggest hits of the night. Tight probably came in at about third. Energy drainage, just because we might not sell out everywhere else. We're a little more popular at home than we are outside of our hometown at the moment, so the energy might not work the same. So I kind of want to see if we're still... We drained 30, we only drained 15 on one of our weaker songs. But then we turned around and drained 30 again. Drown the Detail was almost 30. So really, Elliot's Poison was kind of the one that we would need to do away with. I mean, we got 23 on a weaker one like Organ Rodeo, 16 on They Burst. So They Burst and Elliot's Poison. If I'm going to switch out a couple songs, it's those. So all the equipment that we just used for the show all took 1 to 2 usage damage points. That's a lot of equipment. Mostly it's FX processors. But the beautiful thing about being at home is I can top things off before we continue on. Crazy thing is we didn't get it all fully repaired. That's okay though. One showdown. And it went much better on the pay side than I expected it to do. Now the big question comes down to the experience. Well, the good news that we're home for the night is that we can practice Say Hello. And Lollapalooza First Lollapalooza happened on this date of 1991, and we'll be in Portland today. Oh nice, I just leveled up. We haven't even technically hit the road yet, even though the tour started. Merging threes so far today. I definitely need to merge something. Alright, that is all of my merge points used for the day. Let me go ahead and get my level up taken care of. And of course, a point into production. We want to have a good stage presence, and lately writing music I think now matters more than play skill. It takes me longer to get songs ready after they're written when my play skill's not great. And of course there's a few songs that we're definitely not playing at the best of our ability, but I think better, stronger ideas. We need higher quality stuff right now, even if it's harder for me to get it where I need. Time's on our side. I think it's more about the ideas that we're getting being good ones. It's really important right now, especially as we go to head on the road and generate hopefully a lot of new ideas. Well, as we get started on this tour, we've got this triple XP day, so I want to take advantage of that, and we will find some art to buy. Oh, that is a ton of XP. And we have the money right now, and we're gonna make about $1,000 a night. Maybe, actually, no, really, we made like 3,000 yesterday. We'll have this paid for in a few days. 42k XP. Every single one of them just leveled up, and we got a lot of song ideas. Big level up heading on the road. I couldn't help myself. I'm a big fanboy of Star Wars. So before I hit the road, I'm gonna go mow R. I'm not gonna go. Actually, we'll mow our park. Kind of last thing. We need to leave. We're gonna leave the lawnmower at home. We're gonna be on the road for a while. And we're gonna take some time here to get everybody leveled up before we go. I just leveled up and I'm 10% to the next one. It's possible there could be 2 levels in there for someone, because I just leveled up. So I got a full level and a little bit more. Another point into production, of course, and stage presence, of course. 1 into writing music. I'll go ahead and add 1 to playing this time. For Mackenzie, 8 skill points. She did it. She was about to level up anyway. You can see she was only 3% behind where I'm at. So we did get a double level up. So 2 for stage presence, 2 for writing music, 2 for playing, and I still have 2 more to go. She's got all those bonus points for stage presence. We'll put 1 into that, and then 1 more into writing music. I mean, I'm adding 2 points to playing. That should be a good addition, right? Desmond, just 1 level up, about halfway to the next one. I'm going to do a 1 each across the top, so presence, lyrics, music, and playing. He's not very helpful in the music department, but this will make him ever so slightly better. He's got a +10 on it. Enrico, just the 1 level, but not that far off from leveling up again. He's only at 8 and doesn't have bonuses, so I'm not going to add that 1 in, which means I think we're going to put an extra into stage presence, as stage presence is not very good and his bonuses stink. Maggie got the 1 level, but 80% towards the next level. Playing, writing music, stage presence. There's 1 more to go. Let's help her on the writing music part. That's a really low score. So Maggie and Rico close to leveling up. Desmond is kind of right in that no man's land, but we got a double out of Mackenzie, and I basically got a double, like back-to-back days. And so as we go to hit the road, we're in Portland today. I am not going to micromanage little details as much as I have in the past. We're on a tour, and we're going to make a few $1,000s a night. So sleeping on the road, not going to be a big deal. We can sleep on the road. But there's going to be some days, at least some of the days, I'm going to want to stop in hotels. Not only does it help me save money, as opposed to sleeping on the road, but it will allow me to write, or more importantly, merge pieces while we're traveling. And I think that's going to be a little more important than either saving the micromanage or saving the money versus sleeping on the road. It's going to have more to do with. So I might just pull into kind of the first hotel or motel that we have nearby to wherever our shows are. And I'm definitely not going to do the little jobs on the day. Like I said, we're leaving the lawnmower at home this time. If there's any more triple days, though, we will do what we can on those triple days. I do have equipment I could sell. Oh man. Okay, we'll be back. We're in Portland. We have our buy-sell sorted out here. And we've repaired everything up, so I don't need to be buying new equipment right now, though. Oh, gotta get rid of one. Man, that's gonna break first thing. That could mess up tonight's show. I guess we'll find out. The big thing on this tour is we're gonna be visiting towns where I don't really know how the prices work. So I'm gonna have to be a little careful about buying equipment, but I think I'm going to end up stopping at a number of stores along the way and buying up anything kind of in red, and it'll give me plenty of opportunities to make some money that way. But alright, so over in Portland, no negative attitudes, and we were playing all of the positive ones, all the ones they like, yesterday in our hometown in Washington. I feel like there's more positives here. I think there's an extra song or two that we played that was not on the positive attitude list. That's 6. That's half of them, including the 2 that actually didn't do very well. I'm not going to take them off the set list just yet. Let's give them a chance here. See if they do any better. 1,200 for the pay tonight. Let's just get right into it. Attendance at 700. If we drain enough energy, and we do drain enough energy, so we're doing fine. And we're doing fine for our other slow song as well. Another night at 100%. Oh, way more XP, but that's because it's triple XP day. 5,700. 854 on the gig pay. We ourselves are selling this place out, and this time, the popularity of the songs we were playing did a lot better. Flaky gets a .03, clearly the hit. Screw the Man gets a little bit. Hold Them, Nobody Places Today, Before the Systems. Everybody is an interest. Tight gains another small one. Screw the Man and Tight are definitely ones that I think you can keep around, keep in the playlist long term. Obviously Flaky. I think most everything else is just, yeah, it gets you by, but that's about it. Sold some more singles, but definitely not like the previous days. 40 copies of our album. That's all good. I think our shirts are going to get restocked. I'm not sure if our singles or if our CDs get restocked by our crew member. One of these days I'm going to have to drop by a recording studio and see if we have what we need still, or if we are running out of those quickly. But again, 5 smileys on those 2 openers. Elliot's Poison did do better here. Drown the Detail still did not do well. Only gained 9%. So Organ Rodeo only had 3 smileys. Tight did not get to 5. So Screw the Man is definitely doing a bit better than Tight is.
It's a nice cool night. Perfect for cruising around with the windows down and the system up. Shady O'Grady here. saying, have a great night.
Next up is Hillsboro, short drive. We'll head there now. I think I'll try to hit up like one music store each day. It's weird to speed the day up like this, but it's gonna make a lot more efficient use of time. Even if I can do stuff off camera, you still want to be efficient about what you do, and there's a real purpose to what we're doing here. We're playing shows, gaining experience, making a little money. We'll be back to 20,000, and then another 1,200 for today. 3 openers, but all with a 3 on reputation. I think we'll easily sell out the 600 we have just on what we've seen so far. I'm going to do one more day without changing the lineup, and we'll see if the same ones struggle, then we'll take one of those out and replace with something else. But again, there's not many other choices, and most of them are pretty low quality anyways and weren't being received well. But we do have, like, say, hospitals, we do have farm swears, so there's a couple other options at least. Oh, light fell and inflicted 12 damage to Desmond, and 2 songs have to be removed because of the time needed to make sure he is okay. That's a little more than a scratch, too. That's going to be a pretty big old bruise for Desmond after the light has fallen on him. Well, that means we're not going to have the energy for Nobody Places today, right now. And we know that Drown the Detail hasn't been doing great. Anyway, They Burst hasn't been doing great, but we'll take out They Burst. Nowhere near 100% without the 2 songs, and with what we lost from the momentum, we only get back to 77%. But 1,800, a few extra ideas for her. Another decent payday. 190 shirts, plenty of extra money. Flaky again, adding pretty well. Our popularity 0.01, everybody is an interest 0.01, the only one going with it. And yeah, we started well. We were already at 43%. We pretty much started all over again and lost 2 songs from the playset. Everybody is an interest did do well there at the end. Oregon Rodeo was the weakest one today and has been the weakest one a couple of times.
I can feel the magic in the air tonight. You're with Shady O'Grady, listening to the sounds of the night on Stranded Radio.
Yeah, Maggie did level up. We'll head here to Elizabeth's Motel, regardless of price. That's on the cheaper side anyway. 71, no big deal. So for Maggie's level up, she is our business specialist, so we'll put 2 points into that. I forgot to put that in the last time. Maybe I should go all out on that. You know what? I'm going to put 3 in business and 1 in writing music. That's the distribution this time. I missed out on that, forgot about it the last time, so I'm punishing myself for it by going extra this time around. Her stage presence is good already. And her play skills, whatever, it's fine. Okay, nothing higher end, 15 plus, ready to merge. Oh, develop. Yes, there is. Shame piece. Take that, that's at 20. 2 12s. That's at 25. We got the jump. We got a rhythm at 25. Alright, we're going to wait a few days. We are merging well. I'm trying to start with those higher end pieces each day so we can really push up the quality of a couple new songs from this tour. In the early days, we'll keep it on this low end. A bit of extra XP, member by member. Right now it's the merging that's more important than writing that little XP, not making a big difference. Before I head out of town, I did want to check. Yes, that is being maintained. That is the numbers that we had before. So our merch manager is also replacing CDs as well as shirts. Good to know. And we head over to Bend. Enrico just leveled up. Alright, trip to the music shop complete. We're up to 25k at Enrico. Let's do your level up. Making rapid progress right now. I think one of each on these 4. One of our bands opening tonight, Family and Liquid, 4-star reputation. They're doing a little bit better on the low side. 1100 is the pay for this one, and the one that's been struggling here lately is Oregon Rodeo. So I'm wondering if maybe I want to replace Oregon Rodeo, and we'll put something else in its place. I think I'm Zany was being received okay before. We'll put that in its place for tonight. Oh, and Desmond is hurt. I forgot Desmond is hurt. I should stop at a hospital and just have him get back to full strength that way. Desmond! I'm going to tell you a funny story here in a moment, but not with the music background playing here. One song needs to get pulled out. We'll get rid of any burst. As Desmond has a light fall on him, he takes 5 damage. We did get to 100% though, luckily. 1900. Little less gig pay tonight. And the show was a good one, besides what happened. Flaky another 0.03, 0.01 to a bunch of songs here. Sold a little bit less in merch today. Not the greatest of pay kind of days, but we were already at 100%, and so it dropped us down to, looks like about 80, but we got it back to 100% before the end of the gig. Drown the Detail was the one that did not work out. I'm Zany was a decent one. We'll keep it in the list. If anything, I think Drown the Detail would be the next one to bring down and replace with something else.
Here's one by
we
request.
have a light manager. They are a low level, and it feels like they are helping the show, but they're also causing harm. Like they are literally making mistakes that is inflicting harm upon our band members. So we'll go stay at Gary's Motel for tonight. I'll get some ideas merged, of course, and tomorrow I will hit up the hospital for Desmond's sake. Two tens just became a 20. Okay. These guys going. Oh, that's already pretty much all the points. Alright, we will be in Astoria today, but let me $450 for Desmond. You know, I think it's actually worth it, even with if it's because our lighting manager is a low level that this is happening. They're gaining experience, they're leveling up, and I think maybe we need to just hire somebody with a little bit better skill or see how fast they level up. And I'm gonna get the sun out of my face before we continue on here. And back to a round of buying up anything that's going to be easy on repairs. Some kind of the nice extra bonus about this road trip, right, is we're able to visit a lot of music stores. Now, I know that inevitably something in here is going to not work out in our favor. Like the payout's not going to be great because it's a more expensive music store. I don't know what the prices are like on these items, but I know that if it's in really bad condition, it's going to be at a lower price. It's going to be a discounted price, and that is kind of the bottom line on how to turn that into a money-making venture. And even though some of these items are going to end up selling for only a little bit more than what we paid for it, one, the repairs are easy. Two, it helps everybody level up that skill. I'm waiting for the day where all of them hit a 100. I'm just excited to do that. I want to maximize attributes as much as possible, and that's absolutely one way to do it, essentially for free, and to essentially make money out of it, or to literally make money out of it. So it's worth it. We're back to 26k already, so I feel justified in the purchase we made. But yeah, hitting the road like this and hitting up those music stores it's a fun little process. It's something to do in the day besides just show, and besides mow lawn. Not to be confused with Mulan. I want to say it's Drown the Detail that's been having issues lately, but now I can't remember for sure. Tonight though, smallest venue, smallest pay that we've had, only $558 for a flat pay amount, and just $500 for this one. So we're actually gonna lose a little bit of money on the gig itself, but we know the merch sales will make up for it. Another day, another sellout. So far so good, no problems yet. Nobody's tried to murder Jasmine just yet. I don't know how long we've been at 100%, but it feels like it might have been a while. Yeah, we only got 385 off the show today, but that's okay. Flaky 0.02, a few other 0.01s. I'm Zany got its first 0.01. It was a good swap out there. 196 shirts. We made a ton of extra money. Oh, smaller venue, they liked us. Look at all those smileys, 5 of them. 3 more at the end. 8 of the songs. Got 5 smileys today. Drown the Detail still doing the least, just 11%. I do think I'm going to try to swap out Drown the Detail with something else and see how that goes. Staying at this nice hotel tonight. Just realized that it's the end of the first week of shows and that we've actually got a little break. Our next show is in Salem, so we can 100% head home for tomorrow. Another melody jumping from a 10 to a 20. Lots of lyrics still in this 10 category, but not the other stuff, and I have so many lyrics already. Of course, I've been focusing on the ones that do have the idea, but we're also about to turn them up, so you don't know what's going to do well and what's not going to do well. But let's get something else like Peace. I don't think I have anything in Peace. That was a new idea for Enrico? Maybe, maybe not. We're going to take our day off at home, so we're going to drive home to Vancouver. We cleared our head, very inspirational, so we're going to get a little bonus. Some song ideas from everybody. Nice on that part. And since we're home, we're going to grab our busking equipment and go busk. Maybe we had a friend deliver it for us because it was definitely not in the van with us. Have them meet us here. Maybe a spouse with who could grab the stuff out of the house. That would make sense. Anyway, let's head home. Love that we've already got back to 30,000. Now, we've got equipment to repair. However, this is not the time to do the not utilized. We need to repair our show equipment and make sure that everyth's good to go there for anything that's a little bit on the more used end. Every opportunity that something that we just bought is instantly being used, and there are some cases of that, so we want to get that all repaired up. Especially anything on the performance side. Alright, we got a good amount of equipment. Ah, shoot, there's a bass guitar. I missed one. I missed one, but we will have in the morning, right? Tomorrow's our next show, so we will be able to do a little bit more. Well, being that we're home, it's not just suddenly perfect timing to write a new song. For one thing, I think it's time to tear up a handful of songs. We've written 4 on the road, so we'll get them salvaged, get those parts recycled back into the merge pool. And it looks like we have picked up some play skill, or it's just that it's been a week. Well, we did pick up some play skill, so man, I want to get this playable. I think with one more day I can make this playable, and then we're going to go out and perform most of these songs, and they'll get right back towards their maximum skill. Yes, we did increase because Flaky's been at 78. It's still a 78, so it hasn't decreased. Losing a point on any of those that didn't get played this week is not going to be a big deal. I'm going to practice Say Hello because I think that we can play it tomorrow. And the only way we get it far enough along was if we practice it and nothing else. So that's up to a 75, and we are ready to get back on the road. However, as we're halfway through this tour, I'm definitely at the end of the episode here. So we've picked up a tiny amount of popularity from an 8 flat to an 8.03, but we've got ourselves right back up to 30,000 where we started things at for the episode. I do have my opportunity to get in here and get this guy out there. Good. That's taken care of. That was a little concerning when I saw that one. Didn't see it the first time. And I managed to get all of our show gear back to 100% before we head back out on the road again. And as we saw, we picked up a couple new pieces of equipment in the cheap stuff that we bought that has turned right away into something usable for the band. And then, yeah, my busking equipment, which is almost 100%, is the only stuff left. I need to get that all kind of refurbished again, though. But we're not busking anywhere near as often anymore. But we are definitely starting to get a little bit of popularity within our songs. Flaky's, it's making its way up there. Tight is definitely improving. Hold Them is doing, and so is Screw the Man. So Elliot's Poison definitely did better after the initial, so I think we can get rid of that tag. That first show didn't take it on very well, but thing is we're still lacking really a lot of quality. Play skill, stage presence, all of that's still pretty mediocre. It's not fantastic, nothing about what we're doing, and so it's going to be a long time before not a long time, we're into the next phase, right? Things are happening a lot faster now, especially with these tours. I'm pulling some quick level ups and whatnot. Suddenly we've earned 131,000. We just passed the 100k. Money earned from CDs, 9,000. We've sold 1,000 CDs. Most of that's all happened in the last week. Money earned from t-shirts, almost 12,000. A lot of that's happened in the last week or two as we've drastically increased our popularity. Every single show last week sold out. That was a big surprise. Didn't think that was going to happen here initially. I figured we'd get about 500. Definitely not the 600 or 700 that most of the venues were holding, but the benefit of winning those battles definitely generated a lot of notoriety for our band. But we're easily covering those crew costs, and those crew costs are kind of the big ones. How are we doing on that? Merch manager seems to be doing just fine. They do affect sales, but Guy Klein, the lighting engineer, there are better lighting engine. Well, we're talking way better, way more expensive. I think we're going to stick with Guy Klein at least for a little bit longer. So the lighting engineer is more about setup not setup, that's not the right word for it. Control the system to provide extra entertainment, which is what's helping us hit that 100 so easily. A stage manager will help with stage setup, including lights, the PA system, all the electrical requirements required for headlining theaters and arenas. Oh, but we're not headlining. These aren't theaters. It's tier 2. But that is going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.